Here we go.
Ambulance, what's the address of the emergency?
Police emergency.
Go ahead, caller.
Almost every second
Police.
Listen carefully, I'm going to tell you how to do resuscitation.
of every single day,
I'm just so scared. All right, come on, calm down.
someone, somewhere,
I need you to look at her vagina very carefully.
You are?
dials 999.
It's a hell of a responsibility.
He's got knives in his back.
Just tell them in the background to calm down for me.
Shut up!
But what makes an emergency?
It's a bit embarrassing. I've just been having sex and something's just snapped.
The definition keeps broadening.
Car's on fire. Again.
We see a different side because no one really calls us if they're happy.
Do you want some water? Quick! Get around here, sort it out!
We follow the calls
You need to put me up. He's going to kill me.
as they are passed to police and paramedics
We're coming on an emergency response.
right across Cheshire.
Just want to make sure you're all right.
There's nothing wrong.
A county with a growing divide between the haves
You play football for Wrexham.
and the have-nots is plain to see.
You're taking the word of a rich man over the word of a poor man.
This is life through the eyes of those we rely on to protect us from each other
It's almost become some kind of Mad Max kind of society.
and from ourselves.
Pull your pants up and stop acting like a child. Sit down.
I wish I could take it all back, but I can't.
I wouldn't turn my back on someone when they want help.
You know I'm here to help, don't you?
Police emergency.
There's a man being a bit of a pervert.
In Cheshire,
There's murder most nights.
999 calls about disputes between people living in close proximity to each other are on the up.
Mate, do us a favour, because you're making it worse, aren't you? You go in. Right, I've had enough.
And as the ties that traditionally bind the community together weaken,
I've been there, calm down.
it's the emergency services who are left
That girl with that bloody dog shitting all round here.
stuck in the middle.
Right.
It's become the dog-eat-dog world.
Police, where's your emergency?
Yeah, I've just reported my neighbour.
Police emergency.
It's the next door neighbours, I'm shaking here. They were bashing on the walls.
Police.
It's just the next door neighbour, he's being an absolute idiot. He keeps swearing at me when I go past, like, you know. If I don't keep cool, I'm 6'6" and I'm like 16 stone and I've got a really bad temper.
Every year, Cheshire's emergency services deal with more than 2,500 incidents of people having problems with their neighbours.
Police, where's your emergency?
Yeah, I called up about 10 minutes ago about loud music. I've knocked on the door, and if they don't answer, I'm going to smash their window. I'm just letting you know that.
Right, okay, all the calls are recorded, so if you do that, it'll be yourself that gets into trouble, wouldn't it?
I know, but my baby's asleep and you have no respect.
Claire, do you know what? I've got exactly the same problem with my neighbours. In fact, only a few weeks ago, one of them was having a 50th birthday that went on till 3 or 4 in the morning. You'd think they were only 18 or something.
We've all been there. I know a handful of the neighbours to say hello to, but nobody really very close.
You're obviously upset by it, and we don't want you putting yourself at risk by going and knocking on. And
if you want to go around and knock on somebody's door, you don't know what you're going to get. You could have some lunatic the other side of the door who turns on you.
Reports have been received of a disturbance between 2 sets of neighbours in a block of flats in Crewe. The nearest available officer has been sent to investigate.
I've just got here. Whoa, I've just got here. Having a funeral.
Turn it down a little bit, right? What's going on?
I live here, right? This thing here. Right. It's begging on door. Bang on door. I've just got here. I've just got here. Stop it. Just go.
Some of the residents are annoyed about noise being caused by their new downstairs neighbours.
You two, shut up a minute.
Shut up. Do you know what?
Lucy, go to the...
I'm quiet.
Let me just calm it down. That's fine. Let me calm it down. Right. Let's go upstairs for me.
Increasingly, it's falling to the police to try and restore the peace.
Go on there, please.
Ridiculous, mate.
Right. You two, just step outside and talk to me, please. Where's Cameron, please?
Where's the problem?
Right. Let's do the hand movements.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. They came downstairs, last weekend and said we was making too much noise.
Right.
We've only lived there, 6 weeks. So we was like, okay, I'm sorry. Like, we didn't want to argue with neighbours, so we left it.
Right, just
I think he's all right.
I just got here because my dad fucking just been woken up.
I'll tell you what's happened, right? His dad got woken up, I admit that. His
you
dad
are
did.
banging around the ages on the phone.
Let me speak. If you let me speak, you'll agree with me.
Then.
What do you guys think you're like to have as neighbours?
Fantastic. No, I think I'm right, actually. Like, I think
don't think there's anything wrong with us.
I think if you get to know me, then like you'll realise that actually I'm no different to you.
All I could hear you saying was you northern bastards and all that.
Do me a favour.
And look, she said you stubborn
If you go in there a second, mate, just talk to your dad.
Have I just got here?
Can you shut your window for a moment, please? Because you're going to set it all off again.
I think a relationship with neighbours is like quite like old time thing. Like
you don't bang on door and ask for a cup of sugar, do you, anymore? Like,
no, you can go down the shop and get that for free.
Yeah, like you don't. It's not like that. You just say hello when you're coming in, and that's it.
In terms of tonight, are we going to have any problems tonight? If I can calm it all down, right? Super. Because obviously the concerns I've got here is if we get called out again, somebody's going to get locked up with breach of the peace. Or
Yeah, like telling me,
we don't want that. So no, I'm going to tell everyone the same. If you go to your rooms and just leave it there.
We're not going out. No, I don't want to go to bed. I want to shake your hand even though you don't like me. Come on, that's the end of it. I haven't got a problem with you. I was a prick and I thought I could lay you off. And that wasn't a good idea, was it? Let's be honest.
Let's not fall out because we've all got to live in the same room.
Right.
It's Saturday night, and PC Billy Elliott is on patrol in Crewe, a town he's lived in all his life.
Let's have a look on Dogger's Alley. Hey up, what are you up to? Oh, no worries, we'll leave you to talk to your mum then. Alright mate, see you later. That's the new code for finger blasting.
What's Crewe like?
Crewe is a old-fashioned industrial railway town, isn't it? It's a nice area as well. It used to be.
Police, where's your emergency?
In Crewe.
What's happening?
There's a guy breaking in the house. He used to live over here and he just entered the house and breaking everything inside.
So he's breaking into the house?
Yeah.
Okay, I've got officers on the way, okay? You stay in your room, okay? Thank you.
All right.
PC Elliott is sent to apprehend the intruder.
It's got to be here somewhere, hasn't it? Yeah. Go let us in. Please. Hi, mate. What's going on?
I've been on holiday, you fucking room's gone for you.
Mate, don't swear at him, I told you.
I can't help it, and he brought someone here.
Listen, you're not doing yourself any favours here, are you? We're trying to work out what's going on, yeah? If you keep shouting, instead of talking to me, right, you're just shouting and swearing at me, aren't you? Okay, and all that's going to happen is you're going to get locked up when we're trying to work out what's going on, aren't we? Right? Mate, do us a favour, because you're making it worse, aren't you? You go in.
Get in the fucking room.
You go.
It's Flair's fault. Where's that?
What are you doing? You go in there. You go in and shut the door.
Get the fucking room.
That's it. You go in.
Don't touch my girlfriend, you mad.
It's a nightmare. It really is a Pandora's box. Until you physically get there and you open that front door, you have no idea what you're going to be confronted with. We've got all kinds of problems now. We've got this lad here, you here, him in there. We've got about 5. When I was a young lad and I was growing up around the town, all of those houses were just nice, normal houses that your friends would live in. You know, just normal families, 2 up, 2 down. You come downstairs and talk to me. We can talk in peace, can't we, without everyone interfering. All of these are now individual bed sits, and it's just chaos. What's going on? Tell me, because I'll be honest, you're getting on my nerves now. I want to know what's going on.
I'm getting on your nerves.
Yeah, I've got a house full of people and everyone's shouting at me.
This was my bedroom here, yeah.
This one here?
This one here,
right. So you rented this room?
Listen, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And I've been on holiday in Spain, yeah.
Okay.
Right. I've come back today.
Yeah.
And like someone else has moved in my house.
Right. So someone's in your room.
Someone's in my room, yeah. Yeah.
Well, hang on, Steve. Come here. We haven't finished yet.
Stay, yeah.
You know. We're trying to work out what's going on, but you got to appreciate, mate. There's 1, 2, 3. There's about 10 people in this house. So I appreciate you're upset, okay, but be cool, and we'll try and work out what's going on. It's a terraced house with God knows how many flats in it.
10 people in there.
10 people, we're being told.
I want to go home! Go home where? To my mum, I want to get away from you. You're evil, you're horrible, I hate you.
Mate, why don't you just go inside? Well, she clearly doesn't want you near her, does she? Chris, just take him over there out of the way. What's going on now? Because I'm talking to him, now you're getting involved. What's going on?
I just want to go to sleep.
Right.
It's him there
Listen,
with his hood up.
You're confusing matters now, as I said. Who's like the landlord? I don't. Right. The landlords bought up swathes of the town, the lower income areas. You're making money out of forcing as many people into that property as possible. It's wrong. Morally, it's wrong. You don't know who lives there, who's supposed to be there, why they're there, what they've done. It causes tensions, and it causes issues that perhaps 10 years ago we didn't even have.
You know that woman player hates fucking...
Stop shouting. Come on, you going?
Sorry, officer. Sorry.
Just get in the car, because I'll be honest, I'm starting to lose patience. Stop it! Get in the car and behave yourself, because you're very close.
I want to go home. I don't care.
Well, we've been trying to take you.
What did they do? Shout at me, give a fuck.
Shouting.
Fuck you.
Right, I've had enough. You're under arrest, Section 5. Anything you get in there.
Oh, sorry,
don't burp in my face either.
I didn't mean burp in your face.
I've had enough. Give me that cigarette. Shut up. There's people trying to sleep. Right, get in the car. Listen, where are you going to go for tonight? Because we need to start calming this down now, don't we? Okay, you go. Okay, but listen. Promise me, don't come back tonight.
When I moved in, it was a house, yeah. It was 5 people in the kitchen at once. Now it's fucking 15 odd. You know what I mean?
As I said, we can't solve all these issues tonight, can we? We can't solve all these issues at 25 to 4 in the morning. But you need to take it with your landlord, mate, okay? Got a headache now. Bloody hell. I think my ears have died. It's 3:41, been here about an hour and a half. The whole setup of the town is very old-fashioned. It's from the Victorian times. Oh my God. There's just not enough space for the influx of people. It's very, very, very congested, and it's very, very difficult to kind of squeeze all these people into the town. It's amazing how people live behind closed doors. What the hell? What was going on? I have no. At one point when we were in there at first, there was people absolutely
coming out of everywhere.
It was like rats that I was thinking, shit. There's people coming here. At one point, I thought people started dropping down out of the attic. I think we should report that to the council.
Police?
Yeah, my living room window's just been egged again.
There's been a party downstairs and there's a silver TT driving round. It's quite loud. They've broken my door shut twice, you see.
Now I've got 25 U's to the left of my house throwing stones at my house.
Are you surprised how many people call 999 to complain about their neighbours?
Yes, I was at first. I was really surprised because I've always lived quite happily alongside people. I very much believe in live and let live, but it's not always the case.
For 3.5 years now, we're just getting thump on the wall. So I opened the window. I said, excuse me, do you mind stop slamming the door? I said, the whole house is shaking.
There are a lot of incidences of neighbours from hell, But there are also times where people just can't live against each other and they just pick on the smallest things.
What you fucking mean and all the rest of it? You're throwing babies in our garden when you're keeping meat.
Right. My neighbour's dog is barking at my dog and looking at it spitefully. My neighbour's stolen my washing off my line, my underwear. My neighbour keeps jumping out from behind his wheelie bin when I go out to my door. And then obviously really, really serious things like my neighbour's tried to burn my house down by pushing something ignited through the letterbox.
Right, OK, but at the moment we've not got an emergency, have we? Everything's calmed down now, hasn't it, for the moment? I'm not saying I'm not going to send somebody, I'm just judging how long we can wait with this.
It's sort of a fine line deciding when to tell people that it's not a police matter and when for the police to get involved in the early stage before it escalates into something more significant.
It's Friday lunchtime, and PC Greg Greaves is at an address in Crewe.
Hello there.
He's here to be regaled with the latest developments in a long-standing neighbour dispute.
It's been going on for about 4 years and I'm totally fed up with it. These people next door that have reported me to the police on 5-6 occasions of completely false allegations. They reported me to the police for sunbathing naked in my back garden. And if I was sunbathing naked in my back garden, nobody can see me because the hedge is 7 foot high. They're talking rubbish. And on one occasion I was cutting the hedge. She came out with a bucket of water and threw it over me from behind with electric clippers in my hand. I immediately chucked them down. And I reported that to the police. And the police came and went,
yeah. I don't want to make the situation worse. If I go knocking around there, is it going to make it worse? Or
it may well kick them off again.
Totally up for you what you want us to do.
Well, I want you to get them evicted.
Across the county, Cheshire Police have many hundred such cases on their books.
On the lower end, it can be anything from petty squabbling, almost juvenile, which is probably what 90% of them are. You go to them and they're pathetic. Okay, it's unpleasant, but do you need to call the police, really?
It just comes down essentially to the personality of the two people involved, doesn't it? For example, one of the neighbour disputes I've got on here is a guy who's a bit of a gamekeeper living next door to a vegan. They're never going to get on. In a million years, he's hanging pheasants on his washing line. She's blatantly going to be upset about it, but
that is the classic thing that as the police.
And it all started because he shot his dog in the garden because he got the vet out. The vet got, your dog's really suffering. So because he's from the farming community, that's what they do. So he was in the back garden, put his dog out of misery.
It's my neighbour banging on my door online.
All right, OK, we have got officers on the way. Just keep your door locked. OK.
While many of the 999 calls police receive might not constitute genuine emergencies.
I'm just so scared.
All right, come on, calm down. They're on the way. You're safe, you're indoors, OK?
Across Cheshire, there are plenty of people with good reason to fear their neighbours.
I just heard a big bang and I just panicked. So I've just moved my curtain and my window's been smashed. Someone's tried to get in.
Most days, the staff take calls from people that don't feel safe in their own homes.
What do you mean they're attacking the house?
There's horrific incidents. People causing massive damage, people terrifying each other with threats, and people being too scared to complain about it. People's lives can be made hell by their neighbours.
Police.
Something's going on at the front. Quick!
Yeah. What's happening?
There's loads of shit going on outside. You get around here and sort it out.
It's just after 9 p.m. on Thursday evening. In Crewe, PC Billy Elliott is responding to a 999 call from residents on a street where one of the neighbours' cars was recently burnt out.
The car's on fire.
Again.
Second one in a week.
Oh, shit.
That's mine.
Blooming heck.
All enquiries lead to one address.
Hello. No, we're just wondering if there's been a disturbance at the address, because one someone walking past has heard a disturbance at the address.
Yeah, me, because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it all.
Right, sick of what?
Sick of everything. Everyone blaming my boyfriend when he's nothing wrong, you know what I mean?
I'll be honest.
I'm really sick of it.
All right, do you want to put the dogs away and I'll have a chat with you? Because I don't know anything about what's going on, do I?
Let me tell you something about them fucking people next door.
Oh, what's going on today?
I've been there, calm down. No, I've had enough. I've had enough of going upstairs as well. No, I've had enough, babe. I've just admitted to it.
98% of it hard-working, honest, decent people, but there's 2% that think they can do what they like. The best way of describing it is like parasites. They just make a misery for everyone else around them.
I mean, what a beautiful area is this been so
Well, it is. I mean,
it
is a nice area.
I've been here
and never had any problems.
We haven't, have we?
Well, as I said, I'll be honest.
Until this house.
I've not been to this house next door to you until about 3 weeks ago, and I think it'll be 3 times in 3 weeks.
I mean, that girl with that bloody dog shitting all round here, they're just
Right.
a pain in the... They are. They are a pain in the arse.
Well, I won't. I can't really disagree with that. So.
You know that. Crewe has changed. It's not the same place. It was a nice place. We used to have a town hall where there was dancing and big bands used to come from London. A fish and chip shop, sweet shop. My car's in the garage here.
It's probably the safest place for it at the moment with these incidents going on.
When you got wooden doors about the garage. There was no, I shouldn't say it, but carry-out shops or, it's changed completely. This block has been all right. It's just like black all the time.
Right, okay.
Some of the type of people that are in them flats, when they've had one too many, it causes problems.
It's almost becomes like a post-apocalyptic society where it's just like savage and a Mad Max kind of society where it's a dog-eat-dog world.
Hello, police emergency.
Hi, I'm a bit bothered about a female with a young child, and the husband is very violent and maybe drunk.
Okay, how long has this been going on for, please?
It is a regular thing.
Okie dokie. Can you see anything, or is this all inside?
It's all inside, but there's lots of shouts. It's a masonette.
Do you know the people who live there? Do you know their names?
No, I don't know the names, but I've got the lady that lives underneath. Do you know their names, babe? No. But can I just say they are foreign? I don't mean that like racist.
Okie-dokie.
Because of like the ethnic authenticity, right? The wife will probably be like, no, it's fine.
I understand. So obviously you can't understand what's being said.
It sounds like he wants to kill her, basically.
Okie-dokie.
Within minutes of the call coming in, PC Rachel Parr is on scene to investigate.
Is it yourselves who's called it in? What's been happening?
There's murder most nights.
Right, okay.
Sounds like I'm being racist, and I am not.
Right, go on.
Right. They are Asian. I haven't got a problem with shit like that, mate. Right. But I've been coming out the back door because I've been having work done. She just puts her head down and all that, like she's dead scared. And you say hello to the little fella.
Who's this one?
He's murdering her, mate.
Right,
most
okay.
nights.
So what have you heard tonight?
Screaming.
Right. It's the police, open up! Hello, it's the police.
Right, go in. Cheers.
Can we just go upstairs and speak to you, please? Hello. Do you understand why we've come tonight? Raise voices in this address.
Who is it? Who is it?
What we're telling you, you've got to listen to me now. What we're telling you is we've had reports about raised voices in this address. Right? We have to check this out. We need to check that everybody's in order in this house. That everything is fine.
Sister, I understand everything. I understand.
No, you're talking over me again. Do you understand that? Right, okay, bear with me. I'll come back and speak to you in a second, okay? Does your son speak English?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Tablas.
Tablas?
Yeah.
Tablas?
No,
okay. No, I'm getting it wrong.
Tablas.
Cablas. Can you look at me? Just look at me. Right, what's happened here tonight? Hey, Cablas, what's happened here tonight? Hey, mister, what's happened?
What we're here. Police.
You were asleep? Oh no. So we woke you up? Is there anything you want to tell me? Are you sure? You know I'm here to help, don't you? Who's your most favourite person in the world? Who's your most favourite person? Is it your best friend or your mum?
I haven't decided on this.
Oh, you haven't decided? Have you heard this? You always choose your mum, especially when she's in the same room. You always say, my mum. Yeah? Yeah? Right, you get your head down. The main reason for us being here is obviously we need to check that you're safe and well. And obviously your son, I can see he is. He's not telling me anything, are you? Hey? Obviously, from the report we've had, we're concerned about your husband and what he may have done to you. But you're telling me that absolutely nothing. You've been asleep in bed with your son.
Yeah, you asked.
Right, okay. And it's
9 o'clock me and baby sleeping.
And you're saying it's your husband who's been on the computer shouting?
Only sounding husband.
Right. So you're saying he's venting, shouting at the computer?
Yeah, computer Rama looking. Rama I love fighting.
Right, okay.
I am not the criminal.
I'm not saying that, and like I said, I'm sure you do look after your son, and he's a.
You are taking. I don't want. I am hard worker. I am hard worker. Understand? My life is. I am rich, not rich. I am poor. That's why I am very. I working hard. My hand is made.
Yeah.
I pay council tax. I pay everything. I am not rich people. I want to look after my son. I don't know. No one look after mommy. My brother, everyone looking. No one look after mommy. I look after my wife and son. Who's not?
All right, okay. Right. Well, apologies for disturbing you, but...
Some person thinking is shouting his wife. Why? My wife say I shouting, my son say I shouting. It's a long time before it's bombing our country, Sri Lanka. That time is accident for my hair. That's why this right hand side ear, sometimes I never heard. Sometimes my wife also say, you shouting, but I don't know. I speak to slowly. He say you shouting, but.
Like I said, apologies for disturbing you, but you understand the reasons.
Do you speak to your neighbours?
Never come to my house. I never go to their house. I never see in my life.
As far as we're concerned tonight, there's no issues that we need to be involved in right now. But if you...
They don't have the time. This country, everyone go to work the hard. Always wake up early morning, come back evening, certain time, and see the husband and wife and children. That's it. Me also now like that.
It's midnight in Warrington. A call has come in reporting concerns about a local resident.
partner's called again. She's had messages off his friends. No one's seen or heard from him for a couple of weeks, and he is an alcoholic. And she's a bit worried.
Yeah, receive 383. Oh, could be a sudden death. If it is, it's going to be a nasty one. So he's not been seen for a few weeks or heard of from friends. So, and he's an alcoholic. So, if we do have to go in, all the doors in his property will be closed. Why? It's just the way it always is. It's like people know, and they want to play a game with us. Every sudden death that I go in, the doors are closed. You've got to open them. Behind door 1, no. Door 2, and your heart's going at 100 miles an hour. We'll see. Knock on at the neighbours. I'm sure they'll be thrilled at midnight. Sometimes we only get these calls weeks after. If one of my neighbours, even though I don't see a lot of my neighbours, if I didn't see them for a day or 2 days maximum, I would go around and check that they were okay, particularly those living on their own. Now it's more individual people living in individual houses in their own little bubble. Doesn't smell great. And we'll turn up. And you say to them, have you tried speaking to this person? And they look at you like you've got 3 heads. Hello, sir, you alright? Your next door neighbour, do you know who he is?
No.
Who lives next door? Have you seen anyone coming or going from next door?
No, never.
When was the last time you saw someone there?
As I said, never.
Okie doke. Alright, thanks a lot for your time, guys. Cheers. One beer. Yeah, the back door is unlocked. I'm going into section 17. It's the police. You alright, mate? It's nothing to worry about. You give me a bit of a fright then, mate. Are you feeling okay?
Yeah, I was tired.
Alright, listen, mate. The only reason why we came round, mate, is because we had a bit of a concern for you. Your friends had phoned us, so you'd not seen or heard from you in a couple of weeks. That's all.
I lost my phone, so...
Oh, you've lost your phone?
Yeah.
Alright, mate, no worries. Let's just grab your details, mate. As long as you're alright, that's the main thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't like interfering with people's lives, but sometimes you have to... Alright, look after yourself. Alright, see you later, mate. Sorry, I know it's been a bit of a shock. See you later, mate.
See you later. Take care.
If I'm entirely honest, I think that's probably one of my biggest fears, being alone. You just think to yourself, you know, this could happen to you. You know, it could easily happen to you. And yeah, I wouldn't. Although I'm antisocial, I wouldn't want to be alone.
More people in Britain say they feel isolated than at any time in our history. But we have also never been so fearful of those who live around us.
Thank you, police emergency.
Hi, love. I've just had 2 little girls come up to me saying that there's a man being a, you know what?
Being what, sorry?
A bit of a pervert.
Right. How old would you say they are?
How old are you?
9.
9.
All right, okay.
Yeah, Roger, not far away from there. I've got a description.
PC John Tetlow is immediately dispatched to the Warrington suburbs of Birchwood, where the suspicious male has been seen.
described as grey hair, blinded glasses, was carrying a bag. He stuck his finger up and then put his finger in his mouth.
I'm trying to get through to clarify.
All right. Have you rung it in, mate? Yeah.
They've done the right thing.
Yeah.
And they've told me, do we know if any policemen are around and that, because there's a guy acting, you know what.
Yeah. So what's happened, girls?
We were stuck in this pussycat, and then this man that lives down there came along, and he was sticking his middle finger up and putting it all in his mouth and like making funny faces at us.
All right, so you know who he is? Have you seen him before?
And he makes signals to me when I'm walking to school as well.
Okay, don't worry about that.
Well, he was chasing you.
Yeah, and they're not really chasing us, but he was following us.
Right. Was he following you because he was walking along the road, or was he following you purposefully, or? Right, we'll get you home and just obviously explain to your parents what's happened. Come and jump in the back of the car.
Try the phone number again. Can you just clarify what the plot sergeant's phone is? 2950. Yeah, it's not ringing through from my airway.
I've got daughters, they just don't go out of my sight, and probably because the job I do. I'm paranoid because I know what goes on behind the scenes. I know what sort of people there are in this world.
A few minutes later, the suspect returns.
Okay. All right. It's Stuart.
Stuart, is it? We've got an ID on you, mate. Yeah. Where have you been? Where have you just been? Where have you just been, Stuart? The shop.
Do you speak at all? Can you speak a little? In hearing, can you hear? Deaf, totally deaf. You frightened the two young girls. You, hand gestures and finger in your mouth, they've identified you, they know you.
When the police spoke to you, did you know what it was about?
You scared the two young girls on the way to the shop, just here by the trees. That's what happened. They've rung us. They were frightened and ran off. Did you put your finger in your mouth? Yes or no? You're deaf. I know. Just wait for a minute.
A check on the police computer reveals numerous reports of problems between Stuart and his neighbours.
Thank you. You okay? You're shaking? Cold? A lot of the people didn't really understand what was wrong with him because he was an outsider, and I think he'd been possibly targeted as a result of that. We could do with potentially just getting him home, because obviously there's a load of people out and watching what's going on now. Get him home. We know what he is. There's no offences in relation to this. Be careful. Yeah? Young children, you scared them. Okay, you go straight home. Okay? Okay? Thank you. Bye now.
He's a victim. At the end of the day, he's a victim. He's a victim of his circumstances because obviously Steph and the kids think he's a good lad to go and wind up. And when they get the bite because he comes out and does and all this sort of mad thing. But they're all unhappy with him here. Everybody is unhappy with this fella. And they're saying, are you going to section him? Are we going to get him sectioned? But they're going to go for his blood round there because they're absolutely fuming with him.
Thank you.
Quite a close-knit community. Rumours start and word gets round. The next thing, he's getting his windows put through, and that happens.
Please, how may I help you?
There's a gentleman that lives next door, Stuart. He's deaf and dumb, and there's been quite a bit of problems going on. Somebody with big feet has been trying to kick his front door in.
Did you say he was deaf and dumb?
Yes, but he's really frightened.
A deaf and mute male. Someone's kicking at his door. Hello, sir. You okay? I see. It's just dirtied it. It looks like they've dirtied it. Looks like they've had to go there. Footprints on the floor.
Yeah, can you get this summed over to CSI, please? There's some good footwear marks here. Male looks like he's tried to get in through a window and then he's tried to kick the door down.
Are we okay to come in, yeah? Right.
Do you know who?
Hoods up. Right. Bite. Okay.
Are you okay? You okay? Neighbour.
Was it your neighbour next door?
Right, we'll go and speak to them.
Yeah.
See if they... You haven't seen anyone?
No, I didn't see anybody when I came out. I just told him if it happened again to knock and I would phone the police.
It's just a case of making sure he's safe and that.
Can you tell me what happened? I can't imagine what it must be like to feel unsafe in your own home.
Is that damage?
Do you want to write down saying that? We'll look in the area, we'll advise social services. Any more issues to phone 999.
What did that feel like?
Okay.
Okay.
Three months on, and police have worked with social services to help arrange for Stuart to move closer to family and friends.
What's it been like since you moved here? Did your neighbours in Warrington get to know you?
You'll get the best out of neighbours if you give them some support. I think people will be pleasantly surprised that if they spoke to these people, you know, and they engage them in conversation and activities that they do, I think that they'd find that these people are generally good people, you know, that just want someone there.
Hello, this is the police.
Hi, love. I'm just wondering whether you think it's worth following up. I've seen a light on for about 3 days. I live now in a house, and I wonder whether if anyone's in the area, you might just want to check just in case somebody's fallen or something.
Good evening, Cheshire Police. How can I help you?
My next door neighbour is constantly spying on me, and I open the door to let the dog back in, and I'm not 100% but 99% sure he's taking photos.
Right, so who's he taking photos of?
I would imagine the dog.